Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going? Today is Thursday, March 31st, I believe. Yeah, 2022. Alright, I'm going to talk about my beef with SKUF. You see, a lot of you guys keep asking me about that, and I kind of went over it in my past podcasts, but it seems to be the next topic that keeps coming up, so I'll discuss that now. It's either that or what layups or yards did I find to be the most dangerous to go to and write. That's a different one too. I could use a little time on that one because there's yards and shit like that that was popping before I was writing, and then by the time I was writing they weren't, and then there's some places vice versa that were mellow and all of a sudden they weren't, you know. So that's a tricky one. But as far as it goes, let me back up. I feel like half my head's getting chopped off here. How's that? Yeah, one day I'm going to give you guys a tour of my mansion. You guys can see how I'm living. Lifestyles of RD 357. That'll be cool. But, alright, SKUF. Yeah, that's a long-running beef, man. I can't even remember when that shit started. I could assume, of course, it had to do with JA once again. JAXTC. I know he was involved with them, and, you know, all for one for all, they had beef. So I believe it just kicked up from there. I don't ever remember actually doing anything wrong to them or nothing, but it happened, so beef is beef, you know? I mean, we got people that are writing a lot of graffiti and they're getting up a lot. It's going to happen anyway. You can't even complain about what, you know, how it started or what started or anything. But yeah, to the best of my knowledge, it was just picked up from other people that I had beef with. Yeah, like during the train era and stuff like that. So I believe SKUF and the YKK, but not even all of YKK. Like I said, I was always cool with Kez 5 and them Get and High Five and a few other people, you know. So actually, no, that's probably about it. A few other people. I mean, a couple of people I met along the way. Hi, how you doing? This and that. And they didn't seem to be upset at me or anything in any way, shape or form, actually. But yeah, so SKUF and me, we went at it. Shit, man. I don't know, man. You could probably trace that shit back to like probably like at the end when the trains were dying or something like that. Yeah, probably like 88, 80, something like that, 89, 90. Yeah, straight on through. Up until I got arrested. Yeah, pretty much up until 2017. You figure, let's call it 1987. Or you want to call it 88, don't matter to me. But just to make the numbers of the years. So 87 to 97 to 2007, eh? To 2017. That's a 30-year run, yeah, for real. And it's pretty much uneventful. I never met him. I believe in my heart and soul, I still, to this day, as I'm sitting here in front of you talking, have never met the man. But we crossed each other out, left and fucking right. But that's pretty much it. Like, what do you want me to do? Sit here telling you every single spot that I mean, it's thousands of fucking tags, man. He lost thousands of tags. I've lost thousands of tags. I mean, I don't know. It's like explaining every bullet that was shot in the fucking World War II or something. We went at it, man. Yeah. I could explain a few situations that had happened that were kind of funny, like with me crossing him out, but it had nothing to actually do with his presence of being there, other than the fact that I'm going to cross him out. And yeah, it's one time actually. Yeah, I'll let you guys decide what you would consider this. It's funny now that I laugh about it, but yeah, that shit kind of fucked me up. Alright, so, I'm trying to think, it was on the FDR Drive. It might be where they built Costco. It might be where they built Costco before Costco, when it was just a big construction lot. I might be off by a couple of blocks, but on the FDR Drive, anywhere from 116th Street to like 106th Street. Nah, 106th Street up, everything is new. Like, everything is how it's been since I've been a child. So, yeah, it has to be up around the 110th Street, Harlem, around there. 110th to probably 116th Street. I wouldn't put it past that. But anyway, you drive by on the FDR Drive, and there was a SKUF. I believe it was filled in with true bluish, kind of a blue with a white outline. It was in a construction site. Now, I'm looking at the SKUF from the FDR Drive. I walked over to it and I looked at it through the wood. It's like they put up this big brown wood and they cut little holes in it and they put plexiglass there sometimes so people could look through there. I guess if there's any complaints with the fire department or something, if they get a call there, they could look through windows and see how it is. I believe these little windows are cut out of these green wood that they nail up around the construction sites, just like you see with the scaffolds. I believe that hole is cut under some kind of OSHA law as far as it goes with like an emergency purposes, like fire department, police, and stuff like that. But anyway, every so often you see little holes cut in it, like a window. So I looked through the window and I saw the SKUF, and originally you could actually see it from the gate. But I wasn't that far over. So I looked at it, I saw it. I said, okay, I could just hop right over this green shit. Right? Hop right over the green shit, cross the mountain, no problemo, right? So I said, yeah, but I'm not going to hop over here and then have to crawl all the way through a fucking construction site. Let me get as close as I can to the SKUF from the street and then hop over and then run over and cross the fucking thing out, right? So I go, right, I run up to it. Let me see if you guys can see me. Let me zoom up a little bit, like that. All right, a little too much. Easy. Easy. Let me back it up. Alright. Do you see? Damn, I'm getting tits like a woman, you know. Damn, yeah, you see, that's why I'm sweaty right now. If you look at my shirt, I was just out running, man. Yeah, I'm getting fucking bitch tits, you know. My abs are gone, man. Yeah, nah, that ain't me, you know. I'm always on point. Anyway, can you see? I just gotta see what you can see. Alright, now, I climb over this wood, right? We could probably use the door. Right? I go like this, right up over the wood. And as I go over the other side, this is about 2, 3 in the morning. So I go over the other side, you know, I flip my leg over, I hang drop off, right? So I let go and I hang off. I'm expecting to land on the floor and run over and cross out the SKUF. There's no fucking floor. Yo, that shit's like a big mud hole, and there's a fucking bulldozer, like 20 feet away and shit. They literally, a bulldozer dug off all that shit, so it was just the wall straight down. So yo, I swear, my face, like I went like this. After I let go of the wall and I went past the wood, it was just earth, like brown mud and rock. I was just like this. Like, yo, I slid my whole face, like, yo, right? It looked like King Kong. You know, King Kong? It looked like fucking King Kong picked me up and wiped his fucking ass with me. For real, it was like that. And it literally looked like this. Just a smear of fucking mud. Like, that, not to mention, like, rocks and shit like that kind of hurt my face. Like, I had abrasions and cuts and shit. But, yo, I'm all fucked up like this, right? Like, yo, I pull out the can of paint, I go over and get the SKUF anyway. I just did a big RG over it. I come back over, right? RE's like, yo, what the fuck happened? And, you know, RE, God rest his soul, you know, he was on the outside. So he had no idea. He thought everything was all easy peasy, you know. He said, what the fuck happened? I swear, it looked like I was like a gingerbread man. Like I was mud, like this. My face went like this. Like right down the whole hill, like my mouth. Like this, like right down the fucking mud hill with like little grass and rocks and shit. That shit was like a good 1 story, 2 stories. It was like 10 feet. And you figure I'm hopping off about an 8-foot wall. Yeah, man, that shit was some shit. But I crossed that motherfucker out. I got his ass. Yeah. But yeah, I remember Artie, he's like, yo, what the fuck happened, man? He's like, yo, you can't get in my car like that. Hey, yo, what the fuck do you mean I can't get in your car, man? Come on. I had to walk. Yeah, that's how I know now. I believe White Castle is where I went to fix myself up. I went into White Castle. They thought I was like some bugged out dude or something. They just left me alone, man. Yeah, and someone actually came out the ladies' room and I had to go in because they weren't buzzing me in the men's room. I remember that shit. It was late at night too, man. Yeah, White Castle would have the drive-through. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was covered in mud, man, everywhere. And I was still like, I couldn't really get it all off, like my clothes and shit like that. So yeah, that was pretty much the end of the night, man. But it wasn't too bad. I was like, oh, dude, man, I hear you, man. I bounced, you know. I think I hopped in a livery on 110th. I got in a livery. I went up, and I started living up in Hunts Point in the Bronx. Yeah, man, I slid down there. Yeah, that shit was all in my mouth, and like, I looked like the fucking, what's his name? Not Grundy, the other one, the Clay. You know, with Batman, the Clay guy. Yeah, I looked like I was fucking like clay, man, like smeared like terracotta orange, like that mud from inside construction sites. Yeah, it just smeared, and it was all wet too, because it was like raining out not too long ago. My ass slid right down that shit. That shit was like this is the wall, like all down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But I still crossed that shit out. I was like, yo, what happened? Happened, man. I'll get over that shit. But, yo, I'm gonna get that shit after all that, hell yeah. But I did a big tag over it. I think I do have a picture of that. I didn't take the picture. I believe RE did. But I do have a picture of that. Yeah, that was a funny one. I mean, there's shit like that that's happened. But I mean, I could tell you millions of, like, well, maybe not millions, but I could tell you so many different funny stories like that, man. It's like doing a tag and then like here, bloop, bloop, stepping back, boom, getting hit by a fucking car. Yeah, I got them all, man. Believe me, I've been there, man. I just need to know what you guys are interested in. But yeah, so as far as it goes with SKUF, we kept crossing each other out, crossing each other out, crossing each other out. Like there'd be times where he'd fall off and not write for a long period of time, and I'd be, oh wow, I guess I won, you know. Then maybe 8 years have passed, 5, 6 years, boom! And all of a sudden he starts smashing me again. I'm like, ah, Jesus Christ, this fucking guy again. Yeah. But I really enjoyed that, man. You know, I really do. Like, if it wasn't for, like, someone like him, I probably would have quit a long time ago, man. Yeah. I got nothing but the utmost respect for him, man. That dude, yeah. He brought me there, yeah. He would probably be the most worthy opponent. And I could probably say, he's one writer I underestimated. I just thought, yeah, smidey, who cares, whatever, you know, and yeah, he took it to me, I ain't gonna lie. I was running through everybody back then, and then all of a sudden it's like, I guess I underestimated him by far, yeah. Because he's one dude that hung in on me for a hot minute, you know. And there was some other guy, Dirt, I don't know who the fuck he was, Dirt, D-I-R-T. He was out in Brooklyn. He might be this dude, I think he... I know he died, so I don't want to be disrespectful, but I believe I screwed his sister. Yeah, and he didn't like that shit. I don't know if it's even the same Dirt, but, I mean, Dirt, at one point I was even thinking about writing that shit. Dirt, love it, you know. Good tag, man. But, yeah, he used to go over me with, like, roller paint or something, Dirt. But he was never really a problem either. But SKUF, yeah, no, SKUF was, yeah. Like the way you guys always talk about, oh, J.A. this and that, nah, to me that would be SKUF, honestly, yeah. But yeah, he's just more humble and he don't sit there crowing about shit, you know. But yeah, now SKUF and me, we went there for a long, long, long time. Yeah, we were crossing each other off on and off. All right, hell, when I used to run around with Kid 1 and D3 and dudes from John J. Park, SKUF was going over me. Yeah, they were going over him, we were all going over him, then SKUF fell out for a while. In like 94 or something, he was jumping back up, but I was married. Then I got divorced. SKUF started with me. I think maybe I might have started that one. I think I started going over him that time. And yeah, boom, 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 a couple more years. And I think he faded out again. Then I started writing with Justin, and he came back at me again. Then he stopped. Then I started writing with RE, and he came back at me again. Yeah, this is over the span of almost 30 years, man. Something like 30-something years almost, yeah. Long fucking time. Yeah, and then with Mikey RE, he came out at me with Bet. And they started smashing my shit, too. But, you know, I won. Because I continued on. I continued on for years after that. That was like 2007. Hell, they caught my ass in 2017. So yeah, I had like another whole... Nah, that's not true, because me and Mikey R.E., he was still going over us, and Mikey R.E. and me, we were kicking it up. From 2007 till me and him kind of didn't hang out no more. So no, actually, yeah, he kept going at it, even up until a few years before my arrest. He kind of slowed down again. Yeah. So you figure maybe 2015, and then I got arrested 2017. Since then, we've talked on the phone and everything. You know, seems like a nice guy, and definitely a worthy opponent. You know, cool dude, man. I like him. You know, I like how he came. You know, I'd put him up against any of them motherfuckers. You know, at least in his prime. You know. Yeah, definitely, man. Nah, he was no joke. SKUF, yeah. Fuck yeah. And plus, you know, he was out there doing shit too. You know, and fights and stuff like that, all types of shit. Yeah. You know, rumors and you know, there's an ounce of truth in every rumor, but yeah, he was out there. So well-rounded, yeah. Did fill-ins, did a lot of tags, even did some straight letters, very nice, yeah. Yeah, ain't no fucking, yeah, he was well-rounded as a writer, SKUF. I'm over here talking about him like he's dead or something, but yeah, that dude was putting it in, man, definitely, still to this day, you know, he's got his little thing going and stuff. I can't say nothing bad about him. He never done no foul dick-ass shit to me. He just came at me, and I came at him, and he came at me, and I came at him, and I mean, it was a little redundant, but yeah, he never did no dick shit to me, at least I know about, you know. He always seemed like a straight, in-your-face kind of fella, you know. Hey, I honestly think if times are different, we probably would have ended up hanging out with each other, depending on different neighborhoods and stuff like that. We probably would have been great friends, you know. Yeah. My opinion. Like I said, I still never actually met the man, but I've talked to him on the phone and stuff. Seems like a very smart person. That's one thing, I just don't like dumb people. Like, that's one thing that, like, I just can't get past. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he seems like a very intelligent human being. Yeah, he's got a very good vocabulary, he's smart, he's witty, he's on his toes and shit. I just, like, yeah, that's one thing, like, them hippies in the meadow and shit. A lot of people ask me what my problem is with all that shit. Like, you know, a lot of it was about me robbing the motherfuckers up there in the meadow, but I just can't do it. Man. Like, these motherfuckers, they got those hoodies on, but it's like the Corona thing nowadays, but it's like some like Charles Manson shit. They're all long-haired, and like they ain't bathing and shit. And they're like, dude, you know, like they'll pick up a blade of fucking grass and talk about this shit for like an hour. Like, you ever wonder why this blade of grass grew right here? I mean, like, what's the possibility? Did it grow here and not over there? Or like, yeah, I mean, real burnt down, stinky old hippies, man. I got a thing against them motherfuckers. I don't like them. And I don't like the filthy rich either. I like the motherfuckers right in the middle. Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah, the working man. Yeah, or the stealing man, so to say. Yeah, what else? Oh, you know what? You know, you might notice it's a little more smiley today, hopping around. Like I said, I got out and ran. My brother. When I was telling you guys about my brother, you know, he got fucked up in prison real bad. Fucking broke his skull. He was in a coma, the whole 9 shit. I didn't think he'd make it. You know, honestly, I got a letter in the mail. Wasn't even in the mail. Like, I was getting up to go to work in the morning, and the shit was at my door. You know, please call this, that, emergency. Sean Dyer, I'm the contact person. I didn't have a phone number, this, that, because I don't have a phone. So, yeah, I'm calling them all day and shit that day, and then finally I get through to them. They tell me, yeah, he broke his templar bone. I said, he broke his templar bone. I said, what is that, the elbow? He's like, no, that's the skull, right near the ear. He's unconscious, he's in a coma. So I was worried. I heard that from them, and I said, well, all right, well, is he going to get better? And they said, well, it's touch and go. That's what they told me. And I said, you know, of course, we'll let you know if his progress worsens or if his progress changes. And don't remember the exact words they used. So I said, oh, gee, thank you. You know, so I hung up from them. Then later on, you know, Lace grew up with my brother, Sean, just as I'm his brother and grew up with him. So Lace is like, you know, what? So what's going on, you know? And I told him, Lace is Andrew. You know, he's like for family. You know. So I said, well, you know, he's fucked up, man. He's in a coma and shit and this and that. And they said, you know, he's alive and, you know, it's touch and go, but, you know, who knows? He's like, yeah, but Rob, he's like, that's a brain injury. Like, he could be a retard. Like, he could wind up being paralyzed or, like, have no memory, like amnesia. And I didn't even think of that shit, you know, just talking on the phone because I don't know what happened. You get me? And I'm talking to these people that are, like, possible correction officers. I don't know if the correction officers beat him up or if it was a gang or what the fuck happened, you know? So I'm treading on thin wire. You know, I don't want to give out too much, you know? I'm just hearing and absorbing and letting them know, you know? So anyway, he's better. Fucking A. I mean, I just got a letter from him now. And what my plan was, like, this shit was going on for like 2.5, 3 weeks, right? You guys remember, go back and you can see, that's pretty much like the day the shit happened when I was talking to you guys. You know, I'm just really trying to be consistent with my podcast. But, yeah, I was kind of going through it, man. That's my brother, man. Like, when he's gone, like, I got just my son. Like, there's no more family, you know? And I plan on hanging out with him. He might be 80-something years old when he gets out of prison. He's got till 2039 or something. But, you know, we're going to have that day, man. We're going to be a family, you know, at least, you know, gotta have goals, right? Things to look forward to in life. Otherwise, life is boring. But yeah, so I was kind of stressing this shit. But what happened is, Melvier's letter, and I'll read some of it to you. I hope you guys are all well. When you get this letter, I'm fine. I had some surgery, plastic, done on my left eye. It is healing well. I can see good too. You can't even notice it. It looks the same. It's called ocular implant. Yeah, now I'm staying at the clinic hospital in the prison. I don't want to give you guys the name of the prison. I guess you could look it up if you want it. Instead of my cell. Yeah, someone hit me as I was online for chow, or going online for chow. It turns out the guy hearing voices in his head. Satan told him to kill me, etc., blah, blah, blah. As it turns out, this guy's convicted of killing his grandmother, grandfather, and 6-year-old daughter. They got this guy locked up next to me, poor wee brother. Mother, 6-year-old daughter, sorry you got a scare. You know the HIPAA laws, and if you want to call here for info, I'm sure they will fill you in. Now, yeah, I went to, I'm still in the surgery, a very sexy girl, designed, wait, it's squibbly, you see what I'm saying? So it's not like I can't read it, I'm just trying to make it out. It's like Scratch, he's in prison, he doesn't have like a good ballpoint pen or anything. Alright, let's go back here backwards. For info, I'm sure they will find you in now. They'll fill you in now. Here, I went to the hospital and this girl, very young and pretty, designed my eye, who examined my eye, and explained how the eye was okay, but the eyeball shelf was dismantled. So she just put some stuff together and built a little shelf for my eyeball. Yeah, see, my brother's like me, he's got the same kind of humor as me, man. He built a shelf for my little eyeball, you know. You can't see any sign, you can see stitches, blah, 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 but you can't see any sign of serious scarring damages. The sergeant told me the guy that hit me had arms like tree stumps. Blah, 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 blah. Everyone's so upset at what happened. Some people are just out evil crazy. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry to have you guys worried. I hope Bobby's doing good. Blah, blah. Yeah, you see what happens here. You say he didn't like. I wrote a letter. He does designs in prison. So he was asking me actually for Scene UA, the United Artists. It's an Apache piece that he did. My brother's doing someone's name up there for, like, I don't know, I don't want to go get the guy in trouble or nothing, but I don't know if it's a tattoo or maybe just a little card for a kid or something, and the name is almost Apache, you know. So he asked me, I sent it to him. That came back to me, and on the envelope they stamped no graffiti. up in the prison. So I wrote back to him that I was unable to send that to you because these redneck motherfuckers that work up there turned it back. So he didn't like that. He said, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you see, that's why I never got back in touch with. Like, after they told me about him, after I got that letter and I actually called the prison, that shit was like before St. Patty's Day and shit, So, that shit was like a month. Nah, that was a while ago, for real. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, I never got back in touch with them. They told me, he said, blah, 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 it's touch and go, we'll let you know if his progress changes, and I left it at that. I didn't want to meddle in his business, because like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't want to be up there fucking with him like he could, well, he was actually comatose, like, out. So now you got to realize, I don't know, I've been there, a few people might know, if you're bedridden for a long period of time, plus I don't know how my brother's weight is at this point either. Thin people could go through this too, but if you're laying in bed for long periods of time and you can't fucking move, I've been there. And if you don't turn over, you don't have people turn you over and move and actually, like, you're going to get like bed sores, like these fucking weird, like, water blisters. And so I don't want to upset anyone, like, and pretty much don't want to tell anyone what to do. So I really figured maybe I'm better off just fading out. I mean, he's a grown man, he's almost 60 fucking years old. You get me? So I think let me stay out of that, right? So now he actually wants me to get in touch with these people. So I need you to put your smart hat on and start calling here regularly. Just ask them these questions. Blah, 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 blah. What date was he injured? Da, 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 da. You got to act concerned. Please, don't get snippy with them. If you keep up with that, things should get better for me. Most guys here don't have anyone outside who cares. This leaves a door open for problems. If they ask why you need this info, just tell them that Sean is your brother. I'm just checking up on my loved one. If you are next in kin, bro, you gotta do this for me. I guess what he's saying, if he's a bum, they ain't gonna fucking fix him. Like, you gotta have someone that cares. And I was thinking the opposite. As I just explained, I was hands off and staying in the shadows. But, yeah, of course, now I'll call him. I'll be like, how's my brother doing? Any changes in his progress and this and that? Because if you don't got someone to do that, like, he was unconscious, like I said, like in a coma for God knows how long. Like, I don't know, I just got this letter, he sent it out. It's post-dated on the 25th, so look at that, 5-6 days ago. I just got it today when I came home from work. So yeah, you also got to realize they read everything and they scan it. So everything that he wrote me in this, they're going to read it and they're going to scan it and save it. And if, ever it disappears or something like that, they can look through the shit and figure out how this happened, or, if there's any type of problems or something. But, I'm happy and I feel bad now because I'm over there accusing him of fucking around with, jail politics. My brother, he's different than me. Most people don't even know I had a brother because he's always in prison. But, and even people that know me like a long, long time, like, Sean, I don't know. But people that grew up with me, of course, they know my brother. Sammy knows my brother, D3, everyone, but a lot of people don't because he's always in prison. Like, I remember once, he did 8 years. He was out for like 2 weeks, went back in for 4 more years. I could tell you some funny stories about him, man. Yeah. But I mean, he's been in prison his whole life, so, yeah. And, I'm happy he's still alive, and I do believe that day will come. We'll be hanging out one day, I stay healthy, he stays healthy, but, like I say, he's fucking almost 60 years old. He's jumped around like a 20-year-old, like fucking, like jailbird politics and shit, But I guess, there's no break there, man. You get old, that don't mean shit, man. You get old, man, you're still there, man, that don't mean nothing, man. You see what just happened, like some dude, like, the devil told him to do it. Like, honestly, that's what I just read that to you guys, right? Like, that's the kind of people you're dealing with in that place, man. So I guess in this episode I could say, don't go to jail, man. Well, that's actually prison, like max penitentiary shit. That ain't even like, you got to be hit with at least 10 years or more to go where he's at. You know, that's not none of that. That's, you know, that's one of the highest levels. You know, as far as it goes with like a state pen. You know. I mean, you know, they got shit where it's different. Like if you're a mobster or a racketeer, and you got federal and shit like that. But yeah, he's in a fucked up place. Put it that, obviously, right? He's fucking, yeah, fucking Templar bone. So yeah, I'm gonna make it my business to definitely get in touch with him and all that, and try and stay on it. Let them know that he's got people on the outside that actually care about him, because otherwise, they see from what he wrote, it's not cool. You know? Yeah. All right, people, take care of yourselves. Hey, what's up, people? Now it's the next day. It's actually April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2022. And, yo, I looked everywhere for that fucking picture of the SKUF that I'm talking about. I could explain it. I know he's probably got a picture of it. I personally never took that picture. RE did. And I remember, I even got in touch with my boys, fucking Graffiti Kings, the 357, the Graffiti Kings guy. Yeah, I tried everyone, man. I mean, I was a guy. I've known him a long time, man, Jerry. But, yeah, I know him since I'm 13 years old. I'm that guy, you know, Graffiti Kings. Yeah, so I checked everywhere, man. I don't know what did that. I don't know. And it's funny, I saw it not too long ago, just browsing around. I think it was like on Flickr or something like that. But it's a blue SKUF, filled in blue, and he did a white outline on it. It's in the FDR drive. On one wall, it was all wood around it. Like I said, I clopped over. Boom. Yeah. I looked like King Kong wiped his ass with me. Yeah. But I could not find that fucking photograph. I had a picture of it with the silver RD over it, with a big pound can. Silver RD over it. I mean, I'm sure you guys are going to tell SKUF that I just did an interview about his beef. Every single person I even slightly mentioned on here, you guys run off and ask them, oh, what about this, what about that? And, you know, everyone's like, yeah, man. You know, it's RD for you, man. You know, he's like that, you know. But, yeah, you know, ask him, ask SKUF. He could probably show you a picture of the thing I'm talking about. He might even have the picture of me over him, but I don't think he would take a picture of me going over him. But he might actually have the picture of the SKUF he did. Because it was kind of like a straight letter. It wasn't a regular little bubble letter. But, yeah. Yeah, it was funny, man. Yeah, other than that, man, take care once again, people. Yeah, all right.